So okay, so we're still discussing Jenkins. So yesterday there was no class, so let's log into our Jenkins. So last class we have seen EC2 and all the stuff, right? Slave nodes, we have created how to create slave nodes. So let's look at some of the tools that can be integrated with Jenkins. Okay, the very first thing is go to global tool configuration. Here you see lot of different tools that can be integrated. Okay, so you need to have Java on any machine that you want to execute a build job. Okay, on that machine you need to have Java, need to make sure Java is there. So click on Java here. So on my machine, is there a Java? So there is Java. So if you go to system, it's on the Windows side, environment variables. So define your environment variables, Java home, wherever. So you need to download the Java. If it's not there, JDK 1.8, download this. Depending on the version operating system, so just download it for that particular OS, accept license agreement and download. If it is a Windows, just click on this x86 at 64-bit, download and install it. Okay, and then so it will get installed maybe by default uh, program files. Okay, so you have to set Java home. Here Java home, C program files, Java JDK. Okay, so you just add that. You simply go to your C program files, Java. There is JDK here. Just copy this, create a new parameter here, new Java underscore home. Just paste it. Okay, so this will set the Java home, and there are other tools we are going to install. So the other tools like uh, Ant, okay, and Maven. Ant and Maven are build tools. Okay, so I'll show you what is Ant and Maven. Basically these are Ant and Maven are used for automated builds. So I've set the path also. I have installed Ant on E drive. So E specified E Maven, E Ant, and give a name to this and save. So these are essential tools. You need to have a Git and Java, and need to have Ant, Maven. Okay, so what is Maven? What is Ant? Okay, let's look at first how to download that. Apache Maven. Yeah, there was a question asked. There was some issue with the host file verification issue. Okay, so what you have to do, go to your job. Okay, so let's take slave node, right? In the slave node there is an option called let me go and show it to you. Manage nodes. Okay, manage nodes. Here for example there is a strategy. Just change this to non-verification strategy. Okay, change this option, it should work. Host key verification strategies, just change it to non-verification. Okay. Now let's look at what is Apache Maven. So maven.apache.com. Okay. So here you can download, install and run. So how to just go here. You have these sites, you can go to Europe or US site. Okay, so go to Maven 3 or Maven. So Apache has a lot of tools. Okay, lot of tools. Go to Maven, and here Maven 3 is the latest one. Here go to the latest one. Okay, which was updated 2018. Okay. Go to binaries. These are the files that you have. Okay, zip file or tar file. You can download anything. So you can download zip file or tar file. If it's a Windows machine, just click it. It is going to save it for you. So for example, I saved it like this. Or if it is a Linux machine, what do you have to do? Go to your Linux machine. Let me open a virtual box. You open one of the virtual machine. Open this uh, folder. Show in folder. This is Apache Maven. Okay, extract this. Double click. Extract. Where do you want to extract to? I want to extract to E drive. It's extracted to Apache Maven 3.5. So this is where that's all you need to do. Nothing else. You just have to extract it. There is no installation process required for Maven or Apache Ant or Maven. Just you have to extract the zip file. The same way you will do it for on the Linux also. It is exactly the same way. So we have extracted to E Apache Maven. This is where the actual file is there. MBN is the file that we use to build our or to build our source code. MBN is a command that we use. We using MBN, we can create, compile packages. Okay, install the packages. So this is where you have the same way you can do it on Linux also. If this is your Linux machine, so just Apache Maven zip file. So right click on it, copy link address, and wget paste. This is actually going to get your file downloaded. Okay, it's done. Now we have this Apache maven.zip is now we have to unzip it. Use unzip program Apache. It says unzip is not found. Okay, so let's install unzip. Apt-get sudo apt-get install unzip. Unzip Apache. It's unzipped. Okay. Where is your file now? Where is your Apache Maven? It's under uh, present working directory. It's always better to keep any applications not in your home directory. It's always better to keep it in opt or root directory. So what I will do, I will move. First of all, I'll just move. This is too long. The name is too long. So I'm going to say Apache Maven to just simply say Maven. Okay, the directory is renamed to Maven. Now you see Maven, you have these files under bin. Here also there is no installation process is required. You just say mvn. Okay, okay, that's okay. So you simply say mvn, it will get executed. Now we will move this instead of here. Move this Maven directory. Always better to put in opt. You do not have permissions, so you have to execute it as sudo. It has been moved to opt. Okay, so move mvn. Now you go to opt and you will see mvn. Sorry, I moved the file just mvn. Okay, so move mvn to, there was a mistake here, rm mvn sudo. Instead of moving the directory, I moved one file only. So what I will do, go back here. I'll go to my home directory. I'll just rm -r maven. I'll unpack it again. Unzip Apache. Now I will rename this directory Apache to Maven. Now sudo move Maven to opt. Now cd to opt. You have Maven directory. The entire directory is moved now. So on Windows we have done it. On Linux also we have done it. The similar way, Ant also we use. Let's download Ant. So Apache Ant. This is also another build tool. Okay. Again, this is by Apache only. These two are very popular uh, build tools for Java-based applications. Okay. For Microsoft, it is MS Build. MS Build is used for Microsoft based applications. You can use this build engine. So just go to download binary distributions, download, and you have this one latest version 1.10. Just click that, save it. Just click that, it'll be saved. Okay. The same way we will do it. Right click, copy link address. Just say wget, paste it. Same exact same process. On Windows machine, Apache Ant is downloaded. We are going to extract it. Extract, extract. So this is where the Okay, so let me cut it here. No, I don't want it here. So I move to this directory. Okay, here you have bin Apache again. Bin, there is no installation again. Okay, there is a ant executable file will be there, so you can use that executable file windows. Okay, so on Linux machine also it is same process. So once we have it's extracted, so what we are going to do, unzip Apache, and so let's rename Apache ant to just simply ant. Easy to refer. Okay. You can use the same folder structure. It's easy, very easy. So I'm going to move it to and to move and to OPT. If you go to OPT, you will see that. You can go to and here you will have bin directory. So you see, and okay. First of all, Java is not there on this machine. That is why it is throwing these build tools requires Java. I told these are Java. These are used for building Java-based applications. So you need Java. To you need to again we have to download Java here for that. So what you have to do, sudo su apt-get update. You run this first. After that, yeah, apt-get install default JDK. That will install Java. Apt-get install. Yes, it's a 390 MB file. So Java will get downloaded here. Okay, so now we know how to install and how to install Maven. There is no installation actually, just download and extract. Now after that, go to your system variables, go to advanced system. Okay, so create a new variable. Okay, just give a variable name, anything you can give, and wherever the ant is there. Okay, so you can simply call it as ant underscore home. Okay, this is where ant is there. Okay, browse the directory. If it's Windows machine, there is ant is there. Okay, so if it's Maven, just say Maven home, and wherever Maven is there, in this case Maven, eMaven. Okay, I already have those set up. So you see m2 underscore home eMaven, and there is another one I have created, m2 for the bin directory. So which is where all the executable file. So this is not necessary, but if you just specify eMaven, that's good enough. So we have our Java variable is set, JDK is set, and Java home is set, Maven is set, and ant is set. Okay, ant home. So once it is downloaded, I'll show you how to set it up. And if you want to work it on Linux machines, I'll show how to do it on Linux machines also. Okay, so that's done. So now what we have to do, go to our local host, manage Jenkins, global tool configuration, manage Jenkins, global tool configuration. So this is where our installations there, right? Ant installation. So give some name here. Maven installation, give some name and provide the exact path. Maven home path. Okay, so you're done here. Now go back. So how do I build Maven projects? Okay, so basically your code is written in Java. So Java, you have class files, you have Java files, all those files are there. So let me show you a sample. I mean, if you know Java already, that's fine. Otherwise, people who are new to Java, uh, one of the repository that I will show, you have this is the source content. Okay, this is the source. You have servlets, and these are all Java files. A sample program which is a student registration. Okay, view students.java. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, and delete student data. It's all written in Java program. So we really don't care about it. See, this is, I mean, we're not developers. We don't care. If you're a developer, yeah, so you can build it your own. But if you're not a developer, so really you don't have to worry about it. What code is written, how they have written, what is the logic, and all those things. We don't really care about it. What we need is the source files. They have to give the source files in this format. Okay, so they will developers will give that to you. Home.jsp, index.jsp, that will call the Java programs, student registration, and all those things. Okay, they will give you a pom.xml. Okay, a pom.project project file. This is called project file. So basically pom.xml is must if you are building a Maven project. Use if you are using Maven, pom.xml is the file that is required. So if you go to this pom.xml, so basically what it contains, the name, group ID is the organization name. Okay, your Java organization name, and this artifact ID is student tab, and it is going to create a var file. Okay, the var file will be created, and the source directory. The source directory, where is the source directory? How does it know to which folder it has to go for? So there is a source directory. We just now seen in the source directory there are Java files there. So, and this is the compiler plugin, and this is going to create a var file. Okay, the web content is in the web content var source directory. This is the deployment phase. Okay, and this is the pom .xml. So if you see this, there is a source directory. There's a pom.xml. Okay, uh, so this is one of the Maven project. Okay, so okay, so I have another project that I will show you. So this is also the same, the source code project, sample working project, and the server, web app, site server. Okay, so what we need is everything is given to you by developer. The entire code, they will push it to the repository. We just have to create a job. This is my Maven project job. Copy that. So you have to create a job, new job. This is called as my Maven. Okay, so mm, So we specified the repository from where you need to download the Maven project, the source code, and we need to initiate a we need to initiate Maven targets. Invoke top level Maven targets. If you go to your command prompt, Maven has different options. MVN, MVN. So when you type MVN, by default it looks for pom.xml. Okay, so that is why it is showing failed, error, build failed, and other things. So MVN version 3.5.2 MVN help. So there are certain parameters that you will pass on to this MVN. Okay, one is MVN clean. So it's going to clean up your configuration, and there is compile. These are different stages. Compiles your package. Okay, and after compilation, it's going to make it as a package. Okay, if in the package you give package, and if you say install, it's going to install that. So these are several parameters that you can pass on to MVN. So what we are going to do is we go to build. We already have Maven. We have configured this in global tool configuration. I'm going to say clean compile package. These three steps. Same. So what I have done, it's going to download this repository. It's going to clean compile package. Automatically MVN will be added here. So you don't need to mention MVN here. You just pass on the parameters, that's all. Source, build now. Go to console output. It is downloading it. You see these are all success. So let me explain what exactly has happened here. The first thing is it is downloading the repository. Okay, so repository from our GitHub. Okay, it has run this command and it is downloaded, and after downloading we told we have given we passed clean compile package. So the command, it automatically picked up emaven bin mvn command clean compile package. So the MVN build has started. Building Maven project, snapshot 1, and the testing is done completed, and all this the build phases test completed. Finally, what it has done, it has created a var project. Final output is what? It is a var file or jar file. Okay, so that has been created. Where it is created? Building var file, Maven project, web app, target, web app dot one. So let's see if it is there or not. Okay, let me go here. Delete this. It's in our C program files, Jenkins 1, workspace, Maven project 1, and web app, target, web.var. Okay, is it there? This particular file is there in the source code? No, web app. Is there a target folder here in web app? But we have a target folder that was created. That was created from the Maven build. Okay, is it clear? So what I have done? So usually, so we don't really, even if you don't know Java, that's fine, you know. So you don't need to really understand Java logic and all those things. But if you know little bit, like for example, if you are building a Maven job, so you need to know there is a pom.xml, which is the file that will be uh, uh, required for Maven. So that's a base file that is required. In the base file that you specify where is the source directory, where is the destination directory, and what application that you want to build. It has created a, yeah, it can create anywhere you want it. So if you want it to be created remotely, okay, you can specify that the all that information is specified in the pom.xml. Okay, so pom.xml, where do you want to create this? Anywhere, if you wherever you want, you can put it that. If you wanted it easy to, then I'll show you how do you do that. So your target file, the target folder. So that is, you don't have to really worry about it. So that has to be written by programmers. So you have to give them. So this is where you specify the target directory. Okay, compiler plugin, remote plugin, JX plugin, should. You see this where it is specified, the path you are going to specify. Okay, this is the remote URL, the directory where you wanted your jar file or var file to be copied. Okay, so if you want to know more about that's what you need to have a little bit of understanding of how the Maven works, how Ant works, because uh, when you are building, or sometimes you may need to modify the pom.xml. You're not going to write the entire Java code, but you may specify the local source folders, remote source, remote target folders, or IP addresses that you need to change. So in that case, you go to pom.xml, you just replace that IP addresses or host names with something else. So basically, what can you do with Maven? So uh, So Maven is a primary goal to allow developer to complete state of development. So making the build process easy, providing a uniform build systems, providing a quality projects. These are some Maven. Uh, so let me show you documentation where. So you can refer to this documentation to understand more about Maven. Uh, a sample project is there. So about the build cycle. So are getting started. Very quick 5 minutes uh, procedure or quick 5 minutes document is that. So that will help you to understand Maven in 5 minutes. So basically you download the Maven and specify Maven version, which will tell you the current version that you are running. So to create a Maven project, so basically uh, this is how you do it. So the once you create the directory, these are the files, the folder structure that will get created: the source files and the test folder. Okay, and the pom.xml is the main file, and the pom.xml is the core of your project configuration. It's a single configuration for contains majority of the information that required to build your project. A pom.xml can be huge, but it is not necessary to understand the entire thing. Okay, so and to create a project or to create the output or build your project, so we have something called Maven goals. One of them is Maven package. Okay, that's going to create a package, and now you can copy this compiled artifacts. Generally we call these as artifacts. Artifacts are nothing but your outputs, and these are the different phases I told you, right? So validate, it's going to validate the project, and compile is going to compile the source code. Test package creates a compiled package jar var file, and verify. If you want to install the package into the local directory, you can install and deploy it to one of the release management. So that's in 5 minutes if you want to quickly refer, or if you want to just detail what exactly Maven does for you. Okay, so this is where the Maven project pom.xml is a sample pom.xml. Pom is project object model. Okay, it's a basic unit for Maven. So there you define project. So this is the top level project, and then model version. Group ID is what you have to really specify. So group ID is basically, it's a unique identifier for your organization or group. So in this case, uh, com.mycompany.app. So if you know Java, so usually it's a reverse process. Generally, if your company name is mycompany.com, so it's reverse com.mycompany.app. Right? That's your company name, and the name of the app. Artifact ID is the element indicates the unique base name of your artifact. So in this case, whatever the project name that you want to call it as, that's your project. And packing, it is a jar file. Okay, so you want to package it as a jar file, that you have to specify here, and you can specify jar file. So you specify jar var or ear, and the version, what version that you want to mention. 1.0 snapshot is a version name, and name of the project, so just Maven quick. And so this is the element, URL indicates the element where the project site can be. So description of the project. So once it's generated, once you run it, right, so these are the content that will be there in the Maven project. Source, main, Java, com, my company app. This is where your actual app.java file is there. So this is your test file. So the project is created from Maven project. It is. So this is the tree structure of a Maven project, and this is the standard layout. So usually your source files will be, your actual code will be source main Java. So this is where, and here under that you have your company name, organization name, and the test resources will be sitting in source, src, test, and Java. So if you want to see the complete standard directory layout, just go here. So what is this file? What is this? What is web app? Java. Okay. All the directory structure. And when you compile it, it is going to compile your source code to build was successful. And once you compile it, you will see the classes directory. So in this case, so we ran compile, right? This is our source code. This is where our actual, the web.xml file is there. And here's our files are there, Java files. Example. So this is one of the Java file, and this is your test, same test creator. This is also Java file, and your target, it's going to generate a class file. So generally, when you this high level languages, when you compile Java, the source file is .java, and when you compile it, class file will be created in Java. The class file is created in the target classes com example. Okay. So it will be in the target classes directory. Usually this is the standard structure that we follow. So you can do a unit test. You can run some tests on that before you actually generate that. So how do I create a jar file? Maven package. And how do you install the jar file? Maven install. Okay, and you want to clean the projects, so everything, all the things gets cleaned up. So what is snapshot version? So we've specified 1.0 snapshot. Okay, usually you see this 1.0 snapshot refers to the latest code along with a development branch. Provides no guarantee to the code stable or unchanging. So the snapshot, in other words, snapshot version is a development version before the release version. 1.0 snapshot is nothing but it's your 1.0 development version. So when you see a release, so that's a release version. So you see this, you have internal snapshot release. Okay, so if you go up and where is it? Is it this one? Okay, so x.y is 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Okay, 1.1, 1.2. Okay, version 1.0 is a 1.0 snapshot is 1.0 and 1.1 snapshot. So if you want to install any plugins, for Maven, you can also specify that plugin name. Suppose you want to run some tests on that, build on that source. Like suppose you want to run a JUnit. JUnit is one of the testing tool. So you can install that plugin, JUnit plugin, and you can run that test. So how can I integrate that plugin? So you can specify that in the plugins. Okay, again you don't have to worry about it. So this is Maven compiler plugin. Okay, but if you want another plugin that you want to add, so you can add it. uh, so again you have some other directory type metadata inf which will contain application properties. Some dependencies, some of your project may be dependent on another things, so where you specify dependencies. I just told you, right? JUnit, before actually it builds the package, okay, it should test it. So that you will specify as a dependency. So if the dependency is successful, then only the build will happen. So it's going to create the package. So you can specify that kind of dependencies here. And how do I deploy my jar file in remote repository? So you just specify distribution management remote repository, and you can use the command scp command. Scp is just simply copying this, or you can use any other scp or any other copy command. Copy it to this folder. Okay, and if it requires some username and password, okay, specify the username and private key and password key. So all this you specify in this pom.xml. Usually it is given to you by the developer. Okay, so you have to, I mean, you both have to work together. So you have to give them the server name, server path, server directory, remote repository directory, and also you have to give the password phrase, all those things. So if you know how to edit this pom.xml, so you do it by yourself. Okay, so that's why it's good to understand pom.xml, so that you will know what is happening here. So blindly you're not going to run mvn compile, clean, compile and package. So you just want to know what is happening when you run those commands, where the targets are getting created, where the jar file is getting copied. Okay. So how the application is running, the entire the project structure you will come to know from the pom.xml. So it's good to understand this pom.xml. So finally, your mywebapp.war file is built where using mvn package in the target directory. So if you spend 30 minutes, right, you will understand the entire Maven getting started guides. Okay, if you want to go in depth, okay, you can go the build cycle. So it will give you the complete build cycle, how is it? MVN install, clean, deploy, different phases that are there. Okay, any questions? Is it clear? Hello, are you still with me? Yeah, Maven and Ant are both are build tools. Uh, so just the way that our operates, Maven and if you just Google it, you will know. Go to this is the way that works. Okay, so both you see the difference. Ant does not have a formal conversion. Maven has the form convention. Ant uses build.xml. Maven uses pom.xml, the project file. Ant is a procedural. Maven is a declarative. Everything that you define in pom.xml. So in the Ant is you need to provide information about what to do, what to do the code. No life cycle in Ant. There is a life cycle in Maven. So what exactly life cycle? So you have the clean, compile, test, package, install, all that is called lifecycle. Ant is a toolbox, Maven is a framework, it's a build tool, it's a project management tool. So the complete project that you define in pom.xml, right? Project object model. What are the steps that you need to do in the Maven? Okay, so you specify the development, you specify the testing, you specify the production, where to copy, and all those things that you specify. The Ant scripts are not reusable, Maven scripts are reusable. It is less preferred than Maven, it is more preferred than Ant. Okay, so these are some differences. Okay, all right, so that's it for now, and see you tomorrow. There is no class, so see you on Monday Indian time. Okay, same time, 8 p.m. Monday Indian time. Okay, thank you. Monday it is going to be, we're going to discuss about Ant. Same, we still go, our journey with Jenkins is not over yet. So we're going to see Ant, and after that we will see some pipelines, build pipelines. Okay, so very important. Jenkins is very important. Thank you.